Bonjour et bienvenue sur frenchwithjeanluc.com. Today the class is about pronunciation, French pronunciation, and this section is about vowels. Now the first question I usually ask is what's the difference between a vowel and a consonant? Well, with vowels you do not close the mouth, while with consonants you do. A, O, U, my mouth stays open, but p, m, s, inside or outside, my mouth closes, right? And today is about vowels, and in French we have three groups of vowels. The first ones are the regular A, E, I, O, which we'll go over. The second group is diphthongs. That's a combination. Like, for example, A, U becomes O, or O, I becomes Wa. We'll go over that. And then the third group is the nasal vowels, which are typically French, and which we don't close with the lips, but we close in the nose, like un, on, un. Preliminary note, though, first, there is something about pronouncing high up or down. And French is a very high up language, like bonjour madame. So it's all about smiling and pulling with the lips, pulling the energy up. Like in China they call it chi, like Tai Chi, and in Japan it's ki and prana in Hinduism, and for us in the West it's often called libido. But when you look at a classical dancer, the energy is up, not down. So in English you're going to sometimes hear sounds like father, which is more down, while in French the letter A, which is our first sound actually, we're going to see that it's really up. Bonjour madame, ah. So you pull the sides of the mouth and the energy is up. So the first letter in the first group, which is the regular vowels, is A, pull up like sha, pa. The second letter is E, without an accent, which is pronounced like mud, le, right? But we have to know that particularly in the north of France, the without an accent is usually not pronounced. So petite, for example. If the accent goes up, that's called an accent aigu, the sound turns to A, like in domain, like été, which means summer. If the accent goes down, the mouth goes down, like in let, like in très. We have a beautiful word, un élève, a pupil, where you have A accent aigu, accent grave, which is down, and nothing, which is élève, right? Élève. Then we have the O, which is just like in English, like porte. I, which is like feet in English, like in ici, here. And then we have a little difficult sound for Americans usually, which is U. And to make U, like in my name, Luc, it's not U or anything like that, it's U. You do a round mouth, O, but you tighten the throat like if you were saying E through it, like a tight windpipe. So it becomes U, like in Luc, my name, or dur, hard. These are the regular vowels. Now, if you were taking class with me now, we would take words and we would start pronouncing it, and I would correct you till you have these vowels down, right? So now we go to diphthongs, and diphthongs are combinations of two vowels that make another sound. Like, for example, OU means, or is pronounced OU. OU like in pour, which is not pur, which is pure, which is U with a tight throat, but it's OU with an open throat, pour. Okay, OI is pronounced wa, like in moi, me. AU or EAU is pronounced O, like de l'eau, which is water, O. EU is usually pronounced E, like in deux, one, two, deux, or peu. But sometimes, especially before an R, it's pronounced heure, like heure to hour, These are the diphthongs. Now the third group is the nasal vowels, which are nasal, so don't close your mouth, and they're usually made by using a vowel followed by N or M sound, which is just the closing in the nose. So the easiest of them is ON and OM, which is a round mouth. When I teach my kids, they have to do a circle around it because the mouth is round and it's a bit like a trumpet up, like on, like in garçon, garçon. EN, EM, AN, AM, and some combination are pronounced en, like enfant, child. enfant. And that I call Schwarzenegger because it's really just the bottom of the lower jaw that drops down, and we call it Schwarzenegger because he never laughs, and he just drops it, right? Like enfant, dans. Then we have IN, or IM, AIN, AIM, EIN, EIM. That's pulling the side of the mouth back and a little down, like un, like in chien, bien. And the last one is UN and UM, right? Which is more forward, which is un, like un, deux, trois, un, brun, brown, un. You see the nasal. Now a note about nasal vowels. If they're followed by a vowel, they stop being nasal and we go back to a system of just regular vowels. Like for example, un, which is nasal. When it becomes feminine, we add an E, becomes une, and that's not nasal, right? So if it's followed by a consonant, then we do pronounce it nasal, like intéressant, because un is followed by T and en is followed by T, yes? So it's pronounced nasally, intéressant. If it's followed by a vowel, inactif, it's not nasal. And just as a last note, doubling of the N or M doesn't count, so bon becomes in the feminine bonne, not nasal, although it's double N, and comme, like, C-O-M-M-E. If it's followed by a vowel, it is not nasal, even with doubling of the N or the M. This is it for how to pronounce the French vowels for today. If we were in class together, we would practice on that. I also invite you to join me for the next mini lesson, which is the pronunciation of consonants in French. I hope you enjoyed this explanation, and see you again soon.